Hello everybody, B-Ron here, and today I've got a quick little video for you guys. I just want to give my thoughts on the scouting deep dive that came out yesterday, the news that came out yesterday, and go over a little bit with you guys and talk about it and see if I can maybe sort of, again, just give my thoughts and opinions on everything, including the discussions around it, so to speak. I'm gonna try to not make this too long, but you know, I'll see what I can do. Anyway, let's jump into this. I'm not gonna go over everything here, but I just want to touch on some things, and again, just kind of see, you know, if you have missed the news, we can kind of go through it and see what was discussed here. So when scouting Ruiz, it'll provide a full scouting department, the in-depth scouting reports, physical traits, all this good stuff here. It will require a franchise restart to use it though. So if you want to have the new scouting, you'll have to restart your current franchise, which is again why I'm not starting mine until it comes out. And also again here it also says that, as we know, they pushed the update back to October, mid-October here. It says it right here. With our commitment to live services, Madden 22, we focus on providing a revamped scouting experience in our first franchise update. It's important to our team that we deliver what you request at quality. We are taking the time to ensure scouting is polished, and with some additional testing and scouting will be available to all players as part of a title update coming mid-October. So the targeted time frame was September. That could have been September 1st to the end of September. But now with the news that came out yesterday, again, pushing it back to mid-October. So yeah, and I'll get more into that here as we get further in. So they went through a deep dive here of what to expect. It's going to start at week 1 of the regular season, and this will be the time you reassign high fire scouts. Week 2, you assign region scouts to positions. Week 8, you assign national scout to individual positions, and then week 11 you'll choose 3 players on where to unlock 30% of a player profile, and emergency stage here, 3 players to host for private workouts where you unlock 40% of a player's profile. So again, I'm also assuming that this is going to evolve over time too, so it won't just be like this set of stages as well. And again, there's more things here for key percentages and what they unlock. Every 1% you'll get baseline physical information, or at 1% you get baseline physical information prospects. At 10% you get notes including traits, throw style, things like that. Every 10% there's 1 attribute point revealed. And at 70 you get the player archetype. At 100% you get all player attributes revealed, and true talent range are revealed. So it's very similar to the old scouting system in that way, but you only get that 3 in the old scouting system, whereas with this you could potentially get everything. Like in head coach, for example, you would get everything including their potential ratings. If I remember that correctly, someone please correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I believe that's how that worked in head coach. When you fully scouted a player, you got their potential as well. I think there was a special thing you got moment in time where you could get that. Anyway, moving on. Oh, also go back here. There's anything in here. This will work with custom draft classes as well. Swami did confirm that on Twitter, that this will work with custom draft classes. I don't know if the stories will work particularly, because they will have stories involving these players and that kind of stuff, showing their things week to week, which we'll get into here in a minute. But the baseline scouting stuff will work with custom draft classes. So if you want to use those, which I will be using for my custom franchise that I'll be doing, I'll be using custom classes, so we will have this there as well. So they go into a breakdown here of the year in scouting here. Can I make this bigger? I cannot. That's kind of a bummer. But so we look at this here. You can see, I don't know how well you can see it there. I don't know how well you can see it on your end, unfortunately. But here you can see the weaknesses, the top prospects overall, and the strengths of the class in that region. Not gonna go too much into this here. It breaks down further though, where they go by region breakdown. So again, top prospects here. the baseline region. I cannot make this bigger. I'm very upset that I can't make it bigger. So you go and look at the mock drafts here. You can see that because the Lions are where they are with those picks, they have extra options here, so they might have a chance to get 2 players that they potentially are the games projecting them to get at this point in the season. Again, not gonna waste much time here, but this is kind of what I wanted to focus on for this section here, was that this section is really nice because it gives you player notes and it gives you some traits here, where this kind of takes me back to the older scouting systems in Madden, where it had again notes like this for Cade Atkins. This is really cool. I think it's good to have this information back in the game. It also gives player profile and this stuff up here as well. Again, this is all really nice stuff to have. These are the story bits here. This one talking about how there's a quarterback in this scenario, Zach Nash, for USF, and this is his first time getting the start for USF, and they're excited to see how he plays. And this is a breakdown of him here at this point in the season. In week 11 is where this is for him, for Zach Nash. And then there's the updated mock draft here. I don't know which mock draft this actually is, but this just gives a little bit more of information as to what the scouting board is going to look like, and at this stage of the season, if you have everything where you wanted, draft boards, all that fun stuff. This though is really cool as well, because it's also going to give a full breakdown of ratings and letter grade over just, again, the 3 where you might get, you know, throw power, throw short, and throw medium as our top 3 skills. Now you can see everything if you scout that player to the full 100%. If you don't, then you won't have that ability to. Now imagining there's no way of you to scout, you know, everybody to 100%. You probably get maybe like 6 if I had to guess. Maybe more, I don't know, but minimum of 6 if I had to guess. And this is going into other players. So Kevin Ruiz here as another example. He's different from Cade Atkins. You could say that Ruiz is a better quarterback, just by looking at things here like awareness especially. But he's a little more durable than Atkins is. I believe Atkins' injury, hang on, moving mic here. Atkins' injury is a C. Okay, yes. Atkins' injury is a C, while Ruiz's is an A. So, I mean, if that's a deal breaker for you, you might want to draft Ruiz over Atkins because the injury concerns could be a thing. And then JT Gilchrist talking about this quarterback as well. There's some pro day information or combine information here. It tells you how he's looking and that kind of stuff for the combine. As far as these numbers here on the left side, or letters, these words here on the left side, the elite, the great, the good, that kind of stuff. This correlates to these numbers for the combine where they rate as well. This is just a simpler version of this here on that on this screen here. And then you get to actually draft the player. Once you draft him, you'll see that his dev trait and that kind of stuff. I kind of liked seeing the player pose and that kind of stuff because I got to see what they look like, what their equipment was, that kind of stuff. I like seeing that. Not a big deal they took it away here, but it's fine. Not a big deal really to me anyway. I liked it, but it wasn't necessary. So that's kind of the basis of the scouting as far as what it's going to give and that kind of stuff. I kind of went through it kind of quickly here. That's because I wanted to get to my thoughts on the scouting and my opinions and feelings on things as far as where I stand on the timing and the news and that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to start this by saying all of this is my opinion. One more time. All of this is my opinion. One more time for those in the back. All of this is my opinion going forward from here. So, does it suck that we're not getting the scouting today as of recording the video? Yes, it does. It absolutely sucks. we're all anxious to start our franchises, and I definitely understand that as a content creator. I definitely understand wanting to get going with our franchise right away with everything that we have here. But it was either this, they had 3 options. They had 3 options, and they told us this way back in September, August, whenever it was. They said we could have pushed it back to Madden 23, you know, which we didn't want to do. So we decided to get it ready for you guys within the yearly cycle, with franchise being a live service, and I'll get to that point later on. So they had that one, they had those 2, which was get it out in September, or, you know, get it out in Madden 23, and they couldn't get it out in September. That's we know this now. That's okay. That's fine. I'll tell you why it's fine, because they also had a 3rd option. And guess what that 3rd option was, you guys? The 3rd option was to put it out, and if it's buggy, and if it's glitch filled, if it's whatever, guess what? People are going to complain about it. And I think personally, more so than if they were to take the extra time to test it a little more and try to get it a little more right, and have there be a little less bugs and glitches and stuff than more, in my opinion. So again, this just goes back to, there's a whole bunch of things that go into this. Again, I would rather have it come out and have you have less things to fix, versus you putting it out now and it's a bug-filled mess and it doesn't work properly and things like that. Tell me which one you rather prefer in the comments down below. Would you rather than put it out today, have it be buggy, or have it come out later in the year, a month later, and have it be in a little bit of a better state potentially? Does that mean it's going to be bug and glitch free? Absolutely not, because guess what? Video games are not that at all. Video games are not things that are going to come out and be perfect on day one. That's not how this works. Even older games, I'm talking like Super Nintendo kind of stuff. Those games had issues, and guess what? You were stuck with those things. You had to deal with it. At least now we can fix things. Am I using it as a reason to say that, you know, I'm upset that it's not coming out? No, but that's just how it was. We can fix things now. Back then we couldn't. So all of this is also to kind of drive home the point that, you know, it really doesn't matter what happens at the end of the day, because wherever you stand on this whole thing, you know, you're going to be mad and upset, and I get it. And that's totally okay for you to feel the way that you do. I understand that, because again, I'm in the same boat. I want things to be right. I want things to work. I want things to work to the best of their ability. But if they need the extra time, guys, they need the extra time. And that should be okay too, to allow them to have the extra time. These are people working on these games, and things happen in development. And plus, don't forget too that mid-October time frame they have set too. It could be the 1st of October, it could be October 20th, but that also gives time too for other things to happen, like the approval process for patches, because these things don't just happen in a vacuum. These things take time to get pushed through. So if let's say October comes around and it's ready on October 1st, it may not come out till October 10th, because it takes time for Sony and Microsoft to approve these things. So once October hits, the same discussion is going to come around. Why isn't it here, guys? It's the 1st of October. It's not here yet. What happened? Are you guys mess with us again? Blah blah. I'm ranting, I know, and I apologize, but I'm kind of tired of hearing those kinds of arguments and full of hyperbole and that kind of stuff. I'm not here for it. It doesn't make much sense to do those things. I'm gonna wrap this up now by saying that, but B-Ron, they said it was coming out in September the first time. That's what they said. Why they delay it? I will point you back to the to the first Gridiron Notes article discussing franchise. They say it right here. It says it right here, actually. There will be a live service update targeted for September. It doesn't say it's coming out in September. It says it's targeted for September. Targeted means that that's where we'd like to, as I hit my table, targeted means that's where we would like to release this at. That doesn't mean it's coming out in September. They never said that. So, to kind of put that, out there too, they never guaranteed it was coming in September. Targeted. The wordage there is very clear. Targeted for September versus it's coming out in September. Two totally different things there. I'll leave that to you to figure out why. But anyway, you guys, I'm kind of done ranting. I apologize for the rant and everything else. But I just want to get my thoughts out there for you guys. Let you guys know how I feel about the whole thing. Overall, I'm excited for it. I really, really am. I'm looking forward to starting my franchise once the scouting update drops. That's still the plan. And think about it this way too. Once the update drops, I think personally that at least for us Madden content creators, it'll be a bit of a rejuvenation process for us too, because this will be fresh and this will bring people back to wanting to watch our content. If we make good content, it's all going to help us at the end of the day. If Madden continues to give us things like this in live service updates as the year goes on, hopefully this will lead to a better game for the future Madden 20, Madden 23, and so on and so forth. One more thing. The live service model, if franchise wants to be a live service model, there is one thing that's going to have to change. And that one, it's the biggest thing And the biggest thing is that if these features want to come out later in the year, that's fine. Totally okay with that. However, the big thing that cannot happen is you cannot force people to restart their franchises once these updates come out. It happened, was it last year, 2 years ago, with the extra superstar abilities and the alternate line abilities that came into the game later in the year. Had to restart our franchises. This year with scouting update, have to restart our franchises. If you want to be a live service, that's fine. But you have to find some way to make it so we as players and content creators and whatever don't have to restart our existing franchises for new things being added to the game. I'm a Destiny player, and let me tell you something, it would suck to have Destiny drop another expansion only for me to have to go back and replay the whole game from day one every time an expansion came out or a new season came out. That would suck, right? So developers, Madden 22, going forward, you guys, if you guys figure out a way to do that, that would be great, because nothing sucks more than starting a franchise, having new things come out, and then being told you have to restart. That's where I'm going to leave it, you guys. Thank you all for listening to me rant for a little bit. If you guys did enjoy this content here, feel free to subscribe, hit the button down below. We have franchise content here on the channel, all kinds of it here. I'll have a Madden 22 one once scouting comes out in October. Whenever it comes out, guys, be patient. It's a video game. There are plenty of other games to play. We will be okay, I promise. Until next time, you guys, you know what to do. Stay on the channel, watch some more videos. I'll put some here in the end card here. And until next time, keep on shining and keep on grinding. I will see you all in the next one.